driver, we want to turn sharply left ahead to keep following the road.
Okay. He said left. Hello everyone, it's episode 52 of Reimer on the Road. That is Ann, I am Scott, and again we're excited to share a little bit of Colorado and one last bit of Utah as we have Monument Valley and then Mesa Verde National Park. And so that will be right here in this episode, but we want to get your input on where we're headed to next. And boy, we are pulling hard to the east now, aren't we?
Yeah, we're going to start going up the East Coast. Short stop to see family and friends in Charleston. So we don't need any recommendations for that. But then we're moving on to Wilmington, North Carolina, and the Nags Head area of the Outer Banks.
That's right. We look forward to seeing the Atlantic Ocean. As we record this is our 300th day on this trip, and we're on the Gulf Coast today, which has been beautiful. Can't wait to share that in upcoming episodes. And you can keep an eye in real time by going to Instagram.
Yeah, check out Reimer on the Road on Instagram, where I try to make some posts on sort of current conditions.
That's right. So there you go. That's all that you need to know to get you caught up on Reimer on the Road. So let's jump right to it. It's episode 52, Monument Valley, Utah, and Mesa Verde National Park in Colorado. Leaving Moab and heading towards Monument Valley. And when I think of Monument Valley, I immediately conjure up the images of Forrest Gump, the movie, and where he stops running. And that certainly is a lot of what people go to see while in Monument Valley.
Okay, so those rocks right there, and I'll overlay a picture, I know it's very windy, you probably got hard to hear me, is the actual spot where Forrest stopped running here in Monument Valley, right there. You can see the scenic overlooks are a little further up. Everybody's up there where the pullouts are, but that's the rock. So Tom Hanks would have been standing right here. And that was the view. That's Monument Valley right through there. And this is our campground.
On our second day in Monument Valley, we did the Navajo Tribal Park Scenic Drive. And before you even think about it, let me warn you that the road is not paved. It is a very bumpy, sandy ride. The beast really plowed through it. A lot of people don't even want to use their own cars in it and will do a tour that are provided by the Navajo tribe around the park, which I think is a pretty good idea if you don't want to have your car subjected to all the bumps, but also so that you can get a perspective of what it is that you are seeing. We had the guide along with us, so it was talking to us about what we were seeing as we go. But this is an area of Monument Valley that is very impressive to look at. And people who come to Monument Valley only to go down the road where Forrest Gump was filmed are really missing out if they don't go in to this scenic drive and see these huge rock formations littered throughout the area. Because this is an Indian reservation, there is a fee to get into it where your National Park Pass will not work. But I think it's very much worth it to do, whether you do it with your own vehicle or whether you take a tour. Leaving Monument Valley and heading to Mesa Verde National Park, it's right on the way, the Four Corners Monument, and it is a must-do if you're traveling in this area so that you can place your feet and arms in 4 states at one time.
All right, Four Corners Monument, where you can stand in 4 states at one time, as Anna's doing. Utah over there, Arizona here, New Mexico over here, and Colorado over here. Very cool.
Much like the Tribal Park Scenic Drive, there is a fee to get into the Four Corners Monument, very nominal fee. And that allows you to get in, and they have some crafts going on there, some things to sell, some gift shops and those types of things, even a little bit of food if you wanted to do it. But really the star of the show is to be able to set your feet in 4 different states at one time.
I'm good. How are you doing?
Good, thank you. Thanks for the ID.
Yes.
Did you stop and get a map?
We did.
Okay, great.
So we are set.
And there is a cafeteria later up on top by Spruce Tree area, 11 to 2 if you need it.
Okay.
There's also some food available on the Cliff Palace Loop.
Okay. Awesome.
Have a good
Thank
day.
you.
You're welcome.
Mesa Verde National Park in Colorado. Now, before we get to the star of the show in Mesa Verde, let me say that there are plenty of really cool scenic overlooks that are littered throughout the park that I didn't really think about when I envisioned what Mesa Verde was all about. But obviously the star of the show in Mesa Verde National Park is the cliff dwellings from the Pueblo Indians, almost 2,000 years old, in some cases older than that are throughout the park.
So we were there in April, and the park does offer tours that get you up close and personal to the cliff dwellings, but we, of course, that was not available while we were there. So we were only able to see them from some overlooks, but I still think that gave us a good view. Now, sure, it would have been great to be able to see them walking amongst them and stuff, but if you can only do the drive, or you don't get, I don't know how difficult it is to get the tours, you're still able to see them from the overlooks.
Yeah, and the walks to the overlooks are not bad. I mean, they're very easy. Most of them were paved with sidewalks and so forth, so it'd be ADA accessible. And as you mentioned, you can get to them. There's a few that if you have binoculars, you get a little bit better view, but for the most part, you can do it with the naked eye.
Right. Yeah, no, it was worthwhile.
All right, there you go. Episode 52 in the books. All right, one additional thing we did while based out of Monument Valley was take about a 30 minute or so drive to a state park that is really worth going to see. Some great visuals.
Yeah, so it was Gooseneck State Park. Like a $5 entry fee. It was very nominal because it's not a very big park. I mean, what you're seeing are the goosenecks of the Colorado River doing these little windy turns throughout. Is very similar to Horseshoe Bend that you see on the Colorado River closer to the Grand Canyon. That's super popular. And maybe not, it's maybe not as spectacular as the views I've seen of Horseshoe Bend, but for being in the area, for $5 for a quick drive, it was worth going to see.
Yeah, you could even camp there. We saw some people with their campers. There were no hookups, but if you're just dry camping and you want a view of the Colorado River and the goosenecks, it's a great place to hang out. I agree. Definitely worth the trip from Monument Valley. We only spent one day inside of Mesa Verde National Park. We took the other day because it began to get clouded in a little bit, and we were fearing we wouldn't be able to see very good up in Mesa Verde. So we took the opportunity to do the Canyon of the Ancients Visitor Center, which was right near where we were staying near Mesa Verde, and worth a side trip, especially if you've got a couple of hours.
Right, and it was free to get into if you had your national park pass, so there was no extra charge for it. And so we just went through the museum, and then it had a short hike to an overlook right there. Now, the Canyon of the Ancients itself has like lots of hiking and opportunities to go see other Indian ruins and such, but it's a little bit further out. I think the shortest would have been maybe a 30-minute drive from the visitor center. And so we just really had time to, because we didn't have Leo with us, so we were just kind of taking a quick break to go check out those things, and it was worth it.
But we just wrapped up that day by going and eating some lunch and then headed back to the rig because we had some decisions to make on where to go after that because of weather, April weather in Colorado, which will be a part of episode 53. So stay tuned for that. That is, though, a wrap on episode 52 of Reimer on the Road, the hard pullback ease for getting closer to home. That's exciting. And we still got so much to do, and we appreciate you all following along with us and giving us feedback on what to do. We've been getting some great feedback recently that have really helped shape some of the things that we've done on our trip. So for Leo, who's looking out the window over there trying to get on this video, I think, and for Ann, I am Scott. That's episode 52 of Reimer on the Road in the books. Don't forget, everybody, do it today.